Dear Chartered Accountants, working professionals and students in the domains of Indian auditing, accounting and the tax and regulatory space, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing Chartered Accountant. Daily news and updates for 8th July 2023. GST Council is likely to tighten the registration rules in its meeting on July 11, 2023. One of the key changes being proposed is to make physical verification mandatory in high-risk cases. This means that businesses that are considered to be at higher risk of engaging in fraudulent activities will need to have their premises physically inspected by GST officials before they can be granted registration. The Income Tax Department updated Form 26AS on July 1, 2023 to show the PAN status of taxpayers. In the recently updated Form 26AS, the current status of the permanent account numbers now indicates the linkage with Aadhaar. PANs that are linked to Aadhaar are now displayed as active and operative. PANs that are not linked to Aadhaar are displayed as inactive and non-operative. GSTR 3B tab on the GST portal will not open before the filing of GSTR 1. This is because GSTR 3B is a summary return that is based on the details filed in GSTR 1. If you have not filed GSTR 1, then the GST portal will not have the necessary information to generate GSTR 3B. The government has introduced this restriction in order to ensure that the taxpayers file GSTR 1 on time. If taxpayers do not file GSTR 1, then they will not be able to file GSTR 3B, which will result in late fees and penalties. Karnataka GST Department issued circular number GST 03/2324 on June 13, 2023. The circular outlined a number of measures that the department will be taking to ensure revenue collection, compliance and effective GST audit. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry has notified the Special Economic Zone's Third Amendment Rules 2023. An amendment has been made to the Special Economic Zone's Rules 2006. A new Rule 29B has been inserted to the existing rules. The rule outlines the procedure for importing, exporting, procuring from or supplying ship to the domestic tariff area by an IFSC unit. Consequently, any unit set up in the IFSC and approved by the IFSCA must follow the procedure provided individually for all the above scenarios. This notification shall be effective from 4th July 2023. The RBI has placed a draft circular on arrangements with card networks on its website, seeking feedback from stakeholders regarding the issuance of debit, credit and prepaid cards. The circular aims to enhance customer choice and ensure a competitive market for card networks. The SEBI has notified the SEBI Issue and Listing of Non-Convertible Securities Second Amendment Regulations 2023. Various amendments have been made to the SEBI Issue and Listing of Non-Convertible Securities Regulations 2021. The amendments are as follows. Number 1. Definitions of key managerial person and senior management has been newly inserted. Number 2. Introduction of additional disclosures for issuers making issuance and listing of non-convertible securities on a private placement basis. Number 3. Mandatory information for key information document. And number 4. SEBI notifies the requirements for large corporates. Earlier, SEBI-wide circular dated 27th November 2019 issued guidelines for preferential issues and institutional placement of units by listed REITs or InvITs. Now, SEBI has modified these guidelines. As per the modification, the institutional placement must be conducted at a price that is not lower than the average of the weekly high and low closing prices of units of the same class quoted on the stock exchange during the 2 weeks prior to the relevant date. The relevant date pertaining to institutional placement refers to the date of the meeting in which the board of directors of the manager decides to open the issue. Further, REITs or InvITs may offer a discount of up to 5% of the calculated price subject to approval of unit holders. The circular shall be effective immediately. An interdepartmental group was formed by the RBI with the objective of reviewing the extant position of the INR as an international currency. and developing a roadmap for the internationalization of INR. The RBI has now placed the report of IDG on its website. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.